we've got crashes again. Please, right at the start of the video, if you find some good crash clips, please send them to me for review. Also, like the video if you like this series. It's the second time we're doing this, hopefully there'll be many more. This time we have dangerous situations, near misses, and some good old fashioned crashes. Let's get into it. I've had to mute this clip. Matey boy was feeling himself, had the tunes pumping, he was living life, he was driving like this in his SMG automatic E46 M3. Cool car, wrong gearbox. So there's a few key moments here. One of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of crashes are snowballs. It's usually a series of small mistakes that end up culminating in a massive crash. So the first small mistake that this driver was making is that he's being an idiot. He's obviously feeling himself and he's having a bit of fun in his own special way. One of the most dangerous ways you can drive is weaving between cars like this. It's very, very dangerous. I would personally rather do a track day and go off the track at like 120 miles an hour than do one of these weaving in and out. You hit the back of someone else's car, there's a baby inside it. I don't even want to think about that. Okay, so we've got mistake number one. Mistake number two, it's hard to notice, but the road is actually wet. It's not raining in the clip, but I think it may have rained at some time prior. He does okay so far, but watch this moment. Did you catch it? He actually gets on the brakes because he's gonna swerve around this next car. Now what he hasn't realized is that small application of the brakes has put the weight of the car forward. And this is where I get into this snowball effect again, because that's his third mistake. He's on a roll, quite literally almost. So the weight of the car is now forward. He turns to the left to go around that car. And he makes his left turn. As he tries to straighten the car back up, all the weight was on the right side of the car, and the weight of the car slingshots to the other side. And this is where the grip is finally overwhelmed, and the car starts to slide. His way of handling the slide was interesting. If you watch my first crashes breakdown video, almost every clip we had overcorrected. Well, in this video, this gentleman undercorrect. Now I don't know why that is. That could be because he just drives poorly. It could also be because of the wet tarmac. The ultimate grip on his fronts is also so low that as he was trying to correct, he got understeer at the front at the same time he had oversteer at the back. This is a very real thing, but personally I think he just drove really poorly, either didn't correct enough, completely cut the throttle to further upset the slide. Maybe he got on the brakes, which would also further exaggerate the slide. So he fucked around and he paid the price. Could this have been saved? Well, the interesting thing is, on that list of mistakes he made, if any one of those mistakes wasn't made, he probably would have been okay. If at the very beginning he just wasn't doing this weaving stuff like an idiot, he would have been fine. If it wasn't wet, I think he had a higher chance of being okay. If he knew how to control weight transfer, ultimately, once that weight transfer slingshot happened, it was very hard to recover, but it was very savable early on by just not being an idiot. On to the next clip. So we've got Aaron here. He is absolutely bombing down the German autobahn, but this is something you're absolutely allowed to do. There is no speed limits. He actually goes past an unrestricted section. And this is the really tricky thing about driving on the autobahn when you're unfamiliar. If you're one of the normal cars that is looking to make an overtake, you've got to be incredibly careful going into that most outside lane. When you look in the mirror, you've got to look a long way back. Somebody can be coming down at a serious pace and you've got to be ready for it. This driver clearly wasn't, and he just starts to step out as this Golf GTI is coming up at speed. Now, I love the reaction of this driver. He adjusted his line just a little bit, basically off the motorway and towards the center median, and he applied full brakes. He really tried to give the slower driver as much time to correct himself back into the lane as possible. But the slow driver failed. He just continued to come, and only when they made contact did he move back into his lane. Now, was there really any way for this to be saved? Well, it's such a tricky situation. We've got to give props to the driver for keeping the car in a straight line, not getting all out of shape. We also have to give props to Volkswagen here, designing what I imagine is a pretty sophisticated ABS and stability control system, because I don't think this would have gone as smoothly if those safety systems were not in place. I think if you brake that hard and have a little correction to the left, you're going to feel that weight transfer on the rear right, and things are going to happen, especially at 240 kilometers an hour. The safety systems did everything perfectly and invisibly. Potentially the only way you save this is if you actually drop another gear as it starts to happen and accelerate. That sounds ridiculous to say, but I think the only way you get through that without contact is to actually get ahead of it before the car completes the lane change. In the real world, this is just... I might as well just say he should activate his VTOL thrusters and take off, because nobody in their right mind would ever accelerate in that situation. Every fiber of your being is to tell you to stop. But I actually think if he accelerates there, he makes the gap. Interesting thing to think about. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Leave a comment down below and let me know I'm ridiculous for even suggesting he should have accelerated. Let's go into the next clip. I've got a track day one for you next, and this one is quite... I don't even know the word. Spectacular. That was a nasty one, wasn't it? It's a man after my own heart because he's driving a Renault Sport product. It's a Clio RS 200, lovely car, manual gearbox, zingy 2-litre, naturally aspirated engine. He's having an absolute blast, and he's at Brands Hatch, which was my old local racetrack. You can actually find a video of me at Brands Hatch right up here. I didn't go quite as spectacularly as this guy though. Do you know what? I've got to say, I love the safety that you get in cars. Obviously he's got a roll cage and he's wearing a helmet, but he's gonna walk away from this crash absolutely fine. I doubt he even broke any bones. I used to ride motorbikes. You have a crash like that on a motorbike, it is game over. But cars are so safe. You're cocooned in a little shell of metal. It's brilliant. Look at the spectacularness of this crash. And he's absolutely fine. It's so cool. So where did it all go wrong? Well, once again, it's a snowball, but this time, because of the fact that he's driving on a track, the limits he's trying to reach are higher. So the margin for error is smaller, and therefore the little snowball mistakes are also smaller. It's a faster part of the track. You can actually hear he gets back on the throttle a little bit too early. I'm going to assume it has a limited slip differential between the front wheels. When you apply power and the diff locks up, it can make the rear end a little bit looser. Once this happens, he starts to slide towards the left. Now, I think at this point, he still thinks he can save this because he countersteers quite nicely. And we can actually see here that the car lets go quite slowly and progressively. I do have to respect one thing about this clip. Once the car starts to slide, you can actually hear him playing with the throttle pedal to try and get that limited slip diff to bite and pull the car out of the corner, which is exactly what you're supposed to do when a front wheel drive slide is initiated. You can literally hear him stabbing the throttle, trying to get the limited slip diff to do its thing. But the car was too far gone and potentially the wheelbase was too short. At that point, it was game over. It's such an unusual place to crash, and I think it's one of the only crashes I've seen on that part of the track. But to be honest, this guy is a better driver than me, so he'd probably tell you better than I would whether or not this was savable. Another moment that I absolutely love, and a way you can just tell that this guy is a proper track nut, as he's coming into the barrier, he's done everything he can to save it. There's a moment of realization when he just knows he's going to crash, and he goes like this. I absolutely love that because he's done everything he could to save it, and he's had the moment of realization, and the best thing he can do is try to protect himself in the seat there. He also has a moment when he's flung into the air where he lets go of this because he's like, what the fuck? But this moment here was just, I don't know, there's something about it that I enjoyed so much. Such a cool clip. Well, those are all the clips I've got for you guys today. Once again, if you have any cool clips you want me to review or break down, just leave them down below or DM me on Instagram or just get them to me somehow because I could really use them. If you have not, then please do watch my previous car crash breakdown video. Bye.